Hello, welcome to Lick of the Week. This is week number 18 out of our 52-week series on iconic jazz phrases. Can't believe we're already on number 18, it's flying by. All right, now, this is a lick from Wynton Marsalis. Here it is, the Lick of the Week. Goes by fast. It's a double time lick, and I want to show you how you can use it. This is kind of a really interesting insight into rhythmic construction and into the mind of one of the master jazz artists of our time, Wynton Marsalis. Before I get into the details, I just want to talk to you, our Patreon sponsors, and thank you so much for being part of this project. And to everybody, if you like what you're seeing and hearing and learning in this series, please consider joining us on Patreon. Lots of great rewards, especially in regards to this series. Every week I do a more in-depth look at this lick, or at every lick. And this week we're going to be talking about, some really interesting harmonic possibilities that are here with what Wynton Marsalis is doing and what he can do with this idea. All right, so anyway, so let's get into it. Let's talk about the pitches, how it's constructed first. You'll notice that it is in B-flat minor pentatonic or D-flat major pentatonic, depending on how you think of it. I think for the purposes of this and how Wynton is thinking of it, I think it's more interesting to think about it in B-flat minor pentatonic. So he's starting on scale degree 4 of the pentatonic scale, and he goes, 4-3, 4-3, and then 1-7, 1-7, 5-4-3. Notice, 4-3-1. He ends on the root. So it's minor pentatonic. It's only using notes from the minor pentatonic scale. 4-3, 4-3, 1-7, 1-7, 5-4-3-1. Okay, so you have these two groupings at the beginning, 4-3, 4-3, and then 1-7, 1-7. But if you look at the phrasing of it, the accents and the slurs, it's really not broken up that way. It's the first two, it's easy to memorize it that way, and I'll show you how that helps us in a minute. But notice the phrasing of it. It's the first two 16th notes that are pickups to the second beat, and then you have 4-3-1-7 as a grouping, and then you have the rest of the notes as the next grouping. My pitches are a little inaccurate there as I'm singing it, but you get the sense of the rhythmic impulses of what I'm doing here. All right, so that's the lick. That's how it's constructed. I do want to have you pay very close attention to the phrasing and the articulation, because if you do phrase it as two groups of 4-3, 4-3, and then 1-7, 1-7, it's not what he's doing. That's not the idea. It's 4-3, 4-3, 1-7, and then the rest of it. 1-7, I just can't think that fast. 4-3. Yes, anyway, you get the picture. It's written down right there. All right, so there's something else that happens in this exact same video clip that I'm going to reference here in the YouTube, and that's later on in the same video. He plays a lick that's very, very similar. I'm going to try to play it here. I'm going to play a little slower. Something like that. And now he's not playing the pentatonic scale at all. He's playing the blues scale, or parts of the blues scale, or the blues scale in a way. But the rhythmic construction and the phrase and the articulation is identical. Well, to me, this is really a find, because now we're seeing, okay, this pattern of rhythm and articulation is something that he's using as part of his language. And for me, immediately, I'm thinking, okay, this is a pentatonic lick. We don't just have to start on the 4. We actually have 5 in total, 4 other pitches we can start off of in this pentatonic scale. So yeah, instead of starting on the 4, we can start on the 3. or any of the other pitches in the pentatonic scale. So in this one key, we have 5 options that are all of a sudden at our use. Besides the other permutations, you could change direction, you can flip stuff around. But this idea of transposing a lick, I'm going to say diatonically, it's really pentatonically, but you can take some ideas and they really lend themselves well to transposition within the scale that you're in. And on this particular lick, it works really strongly. And as Wynton is suggesting, you can even transpose it to other scales, namely the blues scale. It's working for him here. Yeah, check out that clip. This is off of an Instagram post, and there's 4 clips mentioned, and this is the 4th one that I'm talking about. He starts with the lick immediately, and then towards the end of this little clip, he plays the blues scale version of it. So there you go. Now, the reason why I mentioned these groupings of 4-3, 4-3, 1-7, 1-7, well, because when we transpose it pentatonically, it's 3-1, 3-1, 7-5, 7-5, and that just helps you figure out the notes quicker. But again, the phrasing needs to stay the same. 3-1, 3-1, 7-5, and then the rest of it 3-1, 7-5, etc. Okay, there you go. That's how to construct it. That's how to move it around pentatonically. And all of a sudden, pow, this one idea became 5 licks in this key, and there's 12 keys, so now you have 60 phrases. Wow, just out of this one little idea. And it's really strong. It's a really strong way to get into a double time feel. If you're swinging along, as a beginner, intermediate player around, medium swing, 100 to 120, 130 even, this lick is a great gateway into the double time feel, into the 16th note feel. And notice how hard he hits it rhythmically. It's kind of important to just tell the band, this is where I'm at. And it's precise. 1 e-anda, 2 e-anda. I mean, he's right there with the rhythm. All right, there you go, guys and gals. And I'll see you next week. Patreon supporters, stay tuned for the details. Like, oh my God, this will blow your mind. We're going to be talking about this harmonic substitution idea on this that is terrific. All right, y'all, take it easy. Be well.